And all they talked about was the tax.
There's that.
Mike Murphy on last week, and he's all mad about the taxes. He says, I'm going to move to New Hampshire.
It's Mike early. They were. No one realized the retroactivity. That's a big issue. It was never advertised. Fair point. That one should be pissing. No, we're not competitive. Our tax rates are not competitive, period.
I know.
Yeah, just a fact.
Where did the money go for the fire victims in Cali? Where did the $100 million go from the fire aid show? Bunch of random charities bet Newscomb knows. A federal investigation sounds outstanding. Newscomb wants to use LA for low-income housing. Get Newscomb out of Cali. Where did the money go?
You should be arrested. I know that's not going to happen, but there's nobody that can say that Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom will not cause more damage if they are not arrested. Start arresting criminals.
Site that used to have him listed as one of the nonprofits that received a grant from the Fire Aid concert, which raised over $100 million. And now the governor's, I just went and checked at the time of this filming, and the governor's nonprofit has been in fact removed from the website. But lucky for you, I and Spencer Pratt have screenshots. So please share this, because California is a dumpster fire. Great people, dumpster fire of policies. And he thinks he's going to go run the country? Like what? So back in January, we have the Palisades fires. Shortly thereafter, they organized the Fire Aid concert that raises over $100 million. That money was supposed to go directly to fire victims. Almost 8 months later, no money has went directly to the fire victims. And in fact, where it went, according to this article, is it went to the shadowy nonprofit in Pennsylvania, of all places, called the Annberg Foundation, whose annual expenditures are only 33% associated with actual charitable work. Then the Annberg Foundation funnels the money back to nonprofits, one of which being Cal Volunteers, which it's California Volunteers. I was on the website yesterday because I was writing an article for joehoff.com. Spencer Pratt has screen recordings of this website. I have a screenshot of it. I clicked on the link on this screenshot that says Cal Volunteers. It took me to California Volunteers, which is Gavin Newsom's nonprofit, which his wife is the chair of. Here's that screenshot. And now the governor has had himself removed from the website as being listed as one of the nonprofits that got money from the Fire Aid concert. There is also a huge land grab element in this whole.
Banks and insurance companies are pulling out of areas, coastal areas and things like that, or areas where there are a lot of fires. So what that is going to mean is that, if you fast forward 10 or 15 years, there are going to be regions of the country where you can't get a mortgage. There won't be ATMs. There won't, the banks won't have branches and things like that.
Let's just chew on that for a second. That is the head of America's central bank not only observing that insurance is becoming increasingly difficult to get in states like California, but about a decade from now, because you can't get insurance, you won't be able to get a mortgage in parts of places like California. That's a simply mind-blowing thing for a
ranks with communists who will poison their chances for the general. Zoolander in New York. He wants government-run supermarkets and tax hikes on whites. And now staffers are pulling him away from the press like he's the big guy. Watch.
Building this coalition further and further such that it reflects the beauty and the breadth of our city. Thank you for your question, Ms.
I think we're done here.
Channel 7.
We're going to go. Come on. We're wrapping up. Sorry, folks.
Now, what do Sleepy Joe and communists have in common? The more they talk, the more their staff wets the bed. In Minneapolis, the sheets are soaked. Democrats are running this guy for mayor. His name's Omar, and he wants to turn Minneapolis into Somalia.
I understand that our Somali communities are all connected to each other here in Minnesota and back home, and I ask for your support. There's always been a link between our community here as well as back home, and I'm running to bridge that gap and unite all of us.
A link between Minneapolis and Somalia? That may be a bridge too far. Omar wants price controls. He wants to defund the police and Trump-proof the city. Well, shiver me timbers, because these commie pirates are hijacking the Democrat Party ship. The consultants, they see the writing on the wall. They're telling campaigns, if you can't handle these swashbucklers, now is a great time to retire. So who's going to save the Democrat Party from this ship of fools? Here comes the great white hope. Captain Gavin Newsom. Barack told him to act tough. and Gavin's already cursing like a sailor.
Mother, no bull, believe that. Get out of here, this son of a God gift. I despise me for the I read too.
Gavin's state suffering from devastating fires and riots, so he left. He went to South Carolina to kiss babies and do 4-hour podcasts. Gavin's not officiating gay weddings anymore. He's talking to Navy SEALs and trying to act like one of the guys, but he keeps forgetting to uncross his legs. In the first few minutes, he talked about bow hunting, skeet shooting, and called the president a son of a bitch. And then he claims his hair caught on fire in the Palisades.
I was up there in the hills with these guys, and we all turned around when my hair literally burst on. There's a video of it. And they threw me in the car. The guy hits my hair and throws me in the car. Says, "Get out of here."
Gavin uses so much grease, the smallest spark turned him into Burning Man. And we asked the governor's office to give us the video of him looking like Michael Jackson in a Pepsi commercial, but we haven't heard back. If anyone has the video of Gavin's hair going up in flames, text it to us. We want to see the tape. Maybe he got sunburned and made a mistake. He says he's made a lot of them.
What are some of the things during COVID that you think maybe were a mistake?
We were concerned it was airborne, and folks, we were worried about people being outside even. And we realized then, after the fact, what the hell are we doing shutting down the beaches and open areas?
Do you think that some of the restrictions that you put in place created a mental health crisis by being locked up, by not being able to enjoy the outdoors?
It was devastating. Come on, man, of course.
Newsom says he was wrong about lockdowns, and now he's saying he's wrong about sex changes for 6-year-olds.
Is 8 years old too young?
Yeah, I mean, look, I now that I have a 9-year-old, just became 9, come on, man, I get it. So those are legit. It's interesting, just the issue of age. It's interesting. As someone that's been so focused on equality, broadly, LGBT rights, particularly gay marriage. Mm-hmm. The trans issue for me is also novel. It's over the last few years. I'm trying to understand as much as anyone else.
Hey, I'm Governor Gavin Newsom. I want to encourage you to visit beautiful California. Whether it's our bustling cities, great outdoors, or famously toasty climate, we got something for everyone. I'll see you soon. And don't forget, bring your sunglasses. It's hot out there.